The first recorded marriage union ever is the biblical account of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was the first man and woman to live together as husband and wife. Even though they didn't have any traditional marriage, they didn't have any church marriage, and they certainly didn't have any legal contract. Yet their union stood the test of time, because what they did have is the most powerful and should continue to be what marriages, or what the union of marriage is being centered upon even till this day. Now let me take you back to the beginning. Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 tells us that God created man on the sixth day. Now Genesis chapter 2 gives us further insight on what happened on the sixth day. Now you see, Adam was the only one of his kind. All of his four-legged mammals that scurried upon the earth, they were all in pairs, except for him. He didn't have any one of his kind, and God saw this to be a problem, because God said, "It is not good for man to be alone." So God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And God took a rib out of Adam, and he used that rib to create Eve. Now Adam woke up and he saw her, and he knew immediately. He said, "This is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. And you shall be called Eve, because you were created out of man." And when Eve saw Adam, she knew instantly that this was the man she was supposed to spend the rest of her life with. And they both knew the shared responsibility that they bore to each other. They both knew that they had to be each other's companion. They had to be each other's helper, protector, provider, caretaker, lover, friend, you name it. The entire purpose of a marriage union is for the man to leave his family, the woman to leave her family, and for both of them to be joined together as one, not in the flesh but in spirit, even stronger. When Adam and Eve were joined together, they didn't even do that in the presence of anyone. They only did that in the presence of God, and that is what solidified it. When you get married today, you can even get married to your boyfriend or your fiance in the comfort of your house. You don't need to be in the presence of people. All you need is the approval and the willingness of both parties, and for it to be done in the presence of God. Society today has put such tremendous pressure on the ceremony that even the life after the ceremony is often overlooked, and that's why there's so much case of divorce. There's so much case of pain in the marriage, sadness in the marriage, strife, fighting, and that is not the union that God intended. As a matter of fact, the Bible never told us that we have to get married. Even Paul was saying he would advise that you don't get married unless you know that sexual urges are too much. Then you find somebody for yourself. But of course, that's not a good enough reason to go get married to somebody. If you know that you don't want to be married, marriage doesn't have to be an option that you take out of the table. Marriage can definitely be an option that you don't even explore unless you are being joined by the right partner. You are being joined to the right partner by God. The wedding ring is only a symbol. It is not about the wedding ring. It's not the ring that you put on your finger that binds you people together. It is the fact that you did it in the presence of God, with the authority of God, and with the willingness of both parties. That is what binds couples together, not the ring. And if you know that marriage is something you want to take out of the table, I urge you to be careful in making your choice. Be careful in whom you want to spend this union with. Be careful in whom you want to be joined in spirit with. Be careful to make sure that this is the right choice by God and for you as well. And I would also advise that before you get married, you make sure that you have a legal contract in place. The legal contract makes sure that there is no strife and there is no sorrow should there be accident or even divorce. And to make sure that the acquired wealth and the family that you and your partner has built together is safe even after your demise. So be wise, guys. Thank you for listening and have a great day.